Don't sleep on the Magic. That is my advice to you. Remember how the Cavaliers started off last season with a 15-game win streak, immediately making it known that they are a serious team? I can see the Magic doing something like that. I'm predicting the first month of the season, one of the main storylines will be, man oh man, the Magic are looking like a top 3 seed in the East. They just need health on their side and they will make noise right away. I always say, in order to be at the top of a conference, you either need to be a top 5 defense or offense. Well, the Magic are built to be great defensively. I mean, look at last season. Despite all the injuries, they were second in defensive rating. The question is, can they improve enough offensively? One of the worst three-point shooting teams in the NBA, 27th in offensive rating. My goodness, their offense was near the level of the Washington Wizards and Charlotte Hornets. That is bad. Hence why adding Desmond Bane was damn near perfect. During his career, he has averaged 17.8 points per game while shooting 41% from 3 on 6 attempts per game. They finally have a reliable third option next to Paulo and Franz, who can also go to a second option if needed because of injuries or if he just has the hot hand that night. Before, their third option was Jalen Suggs, and that will now ease the pressure off of him. He can solely focus on being that defensive player of the year player every possession, and overall, that addition makes Jalen Suggs' offense more valuable. It's also nice that he fits their defensive-minded culture. I've suggested guys like Anthony Simons for them in the past, but he's also a traffic cone defensively. So I think Bane is a better fit for that reason. He brings something on both ends, and I think in the modern NBA, you need your complementary players to provide positive value on both ends in some type of way. Per Basketball Index, he was graded A- for perimeter isolation defense, also A+ in the off-ball chaser role, which is measured by how well a defender lowers shot quality and suppresses attempts on off-ball screens, adjusted for the average skill level of the offensive players guarded. Just a great addition. I can't wait to see how it works out. But it's also time for their big two to show up, and I expect that they will. Paulo Banchero, I think, will put up MVP type numbers. Every time he was healthy last season, he was putting up nearly 30 points per game with bad spacing. Wondering if we can see a jump in other parts of his game. Inserting a scoring piece like Desmond Bane, it should ease the pressure off of him a little. He was graded D on Basketball Index for perimeter isolation defense and graded extremely low in pretty much every other defensive category. There is no reason for him to be a consistent negative on that end of the floor. He's too athletic. He has too much size and length. I think the context for him will be better, and if that's the case, I expect to jump defensively, and that will certainly help them out even more. Franz Wagner, I mean, he just needs to figure out the three-point shooting. Everything else is there. Inserting Desmond Bane, but then also getting Wagner back to where he was early in his career as a three-point shooter, it will do wonders for their spacing and help boost their offense. Last season, he shot 29.5% from 3, and as a rookie, he shot 35% from 3. He must get back to that level for the Magic to reach their fullest potential. Those two may be the best players on the team, but last season I noticed the heart and soul of the team was actually Jalen Suggs and Mo Wagner. Many forget, but after Paulo went down on October 30th, they stayed afloat for some time. After that, an impressive 13-7 record from November 1st to December 6th. Obviously, Franz Wagner really stepped up. He was cooking, averaging 25 points per game, but I'm telling you, Jalen Suggs was right there in terms of impact, along with Mo Wagner. Those two are known as role players, but they can legit have star-level impact. Just like you saw Alex Caruso for OKC in the playoffs dominate at times, I expect to see that moving forward with Jalen Suggs. And Mo Wagner was such a great leader off that bench, really stabilized units, and he was really on his way to competing against Peyton Pritchard for that Sixth Man of the Year trophy. That's why I really believe in the Magic, if they can stay healthy, of course, because you got Paulo and Franz who are going to do their thing, but the next three up, Desmond Bane, Jalen Suggs, and Mo Wagner, are so good in terms of being complementary pieces next to two-star players. Also, let's just take a moment and realize that the Orlando Magic were trotting out 33-year-old Corey Joseph in the playoffs versus the Boston Celtics. 24.8 minutes per night for him in that 5-game series. What is going on? What were they doing? That just goes to show the lack of playmaking and consistent point guard play on that roster. Not trying to cook Corey Joseph or anything, because I honestly feel like he played pretty good. But unfortunately, the year is 2025. You got to have something better on the court in the playoffs if you expect to win. And that series was really surprising because if you watched, yes, they lost in 5, but most of those games were tight. And it was impressive for the Magic considering they were dealing with injuries, they weren't healthy all season, and it was clear that Boston had the talent advantage. But the reason I brought up Corey Joseph is I think they had a nice low-key signing in Tyus Jones. He's not good defensively, but he will help them offensively, and it's certainly an upgrade from Corey Joseph. He also has starting experience, so if Jalen Suggs goes out with injury, which most likely he will at some point because it seems like that's the case every year, Tyus Jones can step in there in the regular season and start, and won't be a lost cause. Since 2022, he has averaged 5.9 assists per game, and has shot 40% from 3. Now, he's been a traffic cone defensively, but I think the Magic have enough where they could hide him on that end of the floor consistently. It turns out the Magic were ranked 30th in assists per game, so any type of playmaking boost will help. It's also nice that he has chemistry with Desmond Bane already. In the 2022-23 season with Memphis, they played 870 minutes together, had a plus-minus of 115 as a duo, plus 4.9 net rating, 119.2 offensive rating, 114.3 defensive rating. He had a down year last year for Phoenix, so hopefully he bounces back in a big way for Orlando. I think the fit is much better with the Magic than it was in Phoenix. There's too much of the same in Phoenix. Tyus Jones, good on ball, doesn't play defense. Bradley Beal, good on ball, doesn't play defense. You get what I'm saying. They really couldn't hide him on that end of the floor. And there isn't as much on-ball opportunity as there is in Orlando. Then you got Goga Bitadze still there. He was playing crucial minutes throughout the year. He's a starting level center, honestly, when he's on top of his game. He was really helping them stay afloat. Then you got guys like Anthony Black, Tristan Da Silva developing into elite role players potentially. And you still got Wendell Carter Jr. and Jonathan Isaac doing their thing as vets if they are healthy. It's just a very well-balanced roster. I feel like last season it was definitely too much defense, but with the addition of Desmond Bane, even Tyus Jones, and a healthy season of both Paulo and Franz, somewhat healthy, they can definitely turn the tide offensively. The biggest question for them is, can they figure out how to stay healthy finally? Is that an actual problem with the roster? Too many injury-prone players, or was it just a freak and unlucky season? That's what we're going to find out, and I can't wait to see this team. Am I too high or too low? Right now, I have them as a top 3 seed in the East.